Now, how's this for some variety squad deathmatch? And you guys have been demanding me to play some different game modes, and I figured since we're working on the Battlefield 3 Master Quest, we might as well expand our horizons a little bit and play some squad deathmatch. But yeah, what's going on, guys, in the works? I hate to not introduce myself in case you don't know who I am at this point, but this is the first episode of Master Quest, and if you've been following me on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, you guys know I've been doing a lot of streaming, and I talked about this in a past video. Essentially, we're trying to work our way up to having a mastery tag with every single primary weapon. It's a pretty big endeavor, and one that's been a lot slower than I anticipated, and that's why you see me playing Squad Deathmatch. Squad Deathmatch is a game mode that I find really pushes a lot of action. It's one of the fastest paced game modes in Battlefield 3, and I know that's probably surprising considering that Conquest Domination exists and TDM on like Nose Hair Canals exist, but Squad Deathmatch, if you've ever played it on PC, oftentimes it's pretty deceiving because you go into it thinking you're going to be, 4 people in a squad. It's going to be, tactical, you're going to be moving around, flanking corners and stuff like that. When in reality on PC, for some reason, every single squad deathmatch server has it so that you can have like 15 people in a squad. And that's when it starts to get a little bit chaotic, and it's actually kind of fun. I mean, yeah, it can be pretty frustrating. I will be the first to admit that, but there are some redeeming factors in Squad Deathmatch on PC with these large squads because you can get a lot of kills. And I've really cut this video down. It was like a 12-minute game. I've cut out some of the downtime in it, but overall I think it's a pretty good game. Over 30 kills with the PDW-R, and we finally got our mastery tag with the PDW-R. And I was scrolling through some of my past Battlefield 3 videos, and I was like, wow, I think the PDW-R is probably the weapon that has only appeared, I think, maybe one time on my channel, possibly 2 in a random video, but for the most part this has been a weapon that I didn't really use a ton, but oddly enough I actually had a substantial amount of kills going into this for this particular weapon. I think I already had 300 kills, but this was the first weapon that we basically got our mastery tag with during the live stream. So if you want to watch me get some of these, be sure to follow my Twitch channel. I've been linking it in the description. That's the easiest way to figure out when I'm streaming, because I don't always make a video. Sometimes I just announce it on Facebook and go live on Twitch, and this is going to be a pretty big endeavor. This is going to be something that's going to be around for a while because it's going to take us a while to get through the sniper rifles. In fact, I am pretty fearful of that because I've got 100 kills with every weapon. I've got 200 kills with probably 85 to 90% of the weapons, and I've got 300 kills with like a lot of the weapons. I mean, at this point, the only weapons we have left to do in the assault kit are the L85, and I think we need like 100 kills, give or take a few, with the G3. So not many in the assault class. I think with the engineer kit, we only need maybe 100 kills with the MTAR, 200 kills with the AKS-74U, and I believe the QBZ we need about 120 kills with that. So still a lot of kills to go in the engineer kit, but once we get those, we will be done with assault, we will be done with engineer, and we will move on to the support kit. Now, we finished off most of the PDWs. I think the only ones we really have left are like the PP2000 and the PP19. But I'm going to make some videos every time we finish a weapon. I'm not going to do it with every single weapon, but weapons that I find to be noteworthy. And the PDW-R is one of those weapons. I looked at it and I was like, man, this is not as good as I remember. I remember using this back in the day, and I actually enjoyed using the PDW-R. It was one of my favorite PDWs, but as time went on, I discovered better ones. I discovered the AS-Val, the P90, MP7, and it's really hard to choose this weapon. Even though it does do 25 damage, it shoots 750 rounds per minute, it's not really a weapon that I find to be that useful. I mean, yeah, it does have higher damage up close, and it does shoot 100 rounds per minute faster than the PP2000, which I think is probably the most comparable PDW. If you're looking at the two, you're like, okay, PP2000 or PDW-R, they're pretty comparable, but it does have awesome hip fire. I mean, that's a pretty common trait of all the PDWs, and you saw me hip fire that guy right there. So that's one of the cool things about it. But this particular weapon is kind of just interesting from a weapon standpoint. If you're a big weapons guy or gal, there's plenty of women that watch these videos, I guess. But the PDW-R shoots an assault rifle cartridge. It actually shoots a 5.56 round, and it's interesting because you get the assault rifle power in like a maneuverable PDW type weapon, because it is a bullpup weapon. It's got an odd design. It's kind of weird looking. You look at it and it looks like an Alien versus Predator type weapon. Just not your typical, modern day weapon. It's got this new futuristic look to it, and it's pretty cool. I actually do enjoy the look of the weapon. I really like the way it reloads. But from a standpoint of how useful is it in game, I think the PDW-R kind of falls off right there. I mean, it only holds a 25 damage for the first 9 meters. After that, it starts to drop off pretty quickly. So you're looking at a pretty average weapon as a whole, and this was one of the ones that I struggled with for a little bit. I did have some success with it. If you were watching the live stream, we were doing good in certain situations, but I thought this was a noteworthy weapon that we finally finished off. And it was one of the cool ones. I did enjoy using it, even though it was frustrating at times. It definitely has a hard time competing against some of the assault rifles, because like I said, once you get out of those 9 meters, you have a pretty difficult time taking people out. But it does have pretty controllable recoil, which is something I do enjoy out of all my weapons. I like being able to get my bullets on target. But after 500 kills with this bad boy, would I say that you should pick this over like the MP7 or the P90 if you're a fan of those weapons? Absolutely not. Would I say that you should maybe try this over the PP2000 if you're a fan of that? Maybe. If you're a fan of the PP2000, you might actually like some of the qualities that you get out of the PDW-R. But if you're a fan of like the MP7, the P90, that type of PDW, you're going to be a little bit disappointed with the PDW-R. So 500 kills out of the way. The PDW-R is officially done on Master Quest. We have our mastery tag with it. Like I said, we're going to be going through a lot of these weapons. I won't use every single one. We actually just finished the KH-2002 last night. So if you're around for that, you may have missed out, because I didn't actually announce that other than just going live on Twitch. So that's why it's so useful to just be a follower on Twitch. It's a lot easier to see my streams that way. But we did get the KH-2002 out of the way, so we're going to be moving on to the G3 probably sometime today. Or I hate dating my videos, so if you're watching this video in the future, we're probably working on something else. We're probably working on like the SVD or something that's probably going to take us like a half a week. So but hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Like I said, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Facebook and Twitter. That's the easiest way to keep up on the streams. And if you missed any of my other videos, here's a chance to catch up, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.